Amanda here from Scrimpingmommy.co.uk. Thanks for joining me today. Today we're going to make a quick and easy snowman card for Christmas, and it's awesome fun. Don't quite know what I'm going to do yet. I've had a little bit of a nosy on Pinterest and round and about on social media. There's lots and lots of samples out there. You'd never be stuck for ideas for what to do with Stampin' Up products. And so the collection I've got on my desk is the Snowman Season Bundle, which is the Stamp and Punch. You know me, I like my punches. This is a 12-piece set. It's photopolymer, so I can nice and clearly see what I'm doing. Not sure what we're going to do yet. I don't know if I'm going to use the punch on this sample or not. I've not decided yet. I've got Coastal Cabana cardstock, Coastal Cabana ink and black ink. Those are going to be my main colours. Then in case I want to colour the scarf or the hat or something, I've picked Poppy Parade and Call Me Clover. I've got a few little embellishment things that I've brought to the table. I might not use them, but I like to have a selection. And these are relatively inexpensive. They're always good to have. I've got the iridescent sequins. Because all sorts of colours, you can just pick out the colours that suit you. I've got some of the chunky glitter, don't know if I'm going to use it, and the shimmer crystal effects, which I really quite like. It's got you know, it gives a gloss finish to things, but it's got a very subtle shimmer in it as well. It's quite nice, but I don't know what I'm going to do. I've not decided, so but let's get cracking. So the first thing I'm going to do is get some room on my desk. First of all, is grab my Stampin' Up trimmer. Okay, and what I've also got as well, which I forgot, is the Let It Snow DSP. I've just bought another pack of this. This is my 6x6 paper share. And I've just bought another full 12x12 one as well, because I quite fancy making a mini album, so I'll share that with you when it comes. But this paper is such fun, and we've got the glittered pictures there. I quite like that one. I might just pick that. So I'm going to cut my card base first, and I'm using thick Whisper White. I use the standard Whisper White for stamping, and the thick if I want a white card base. So I'm going to cut this to 4 1/8 on the short side, and just still getting used to this new trimmer. It's quite good, and the blade itself in there. Let me just see if I can. I mean, I've not promoted this. If I can just get it out. If I can just get that blade out, I'll show you. Now, if you had the previous Stampin' Up trimmer, you will quite quickly see there that that blade is a lot bigger. It's a lot bigger than before. It's a lot, in my opinion, better made. And yeah, I am liking this new trimmer. Let me see if I can get it back on now. Okay. And whilst we're there, I'll show you the scorer, because the scoring wheel is a lot different to what we had before. Before we had like a little metal like bobble. If I can just get that to focus. There we go. It's like a wheel. It does actually turn. It is like a little wheel. It does actually, you can actually turn it. So it is like a little wheel, and as you can see, it's just, I don't know, I just feel like these are a bit more substantial than what we had. I do feel it's an improvement. Anyway, I'll start wittering on. So I'm going to turn it on the long side, and I'm going to score it at 5 7/8, which should give us this score down the middle. Is that even? Ah, there we go. The only thing that I need to get used to on this trimmer, I'm chattering away because we're not just making the card, it's a come and craft with me video. The only thing that I'm getting used to on this trimmer is that if you listen, it clicks into place. So it clicks into place up here, so you can't just quickly flip it up. It's like you need to lift it, and there's like a little lip there for you to put your hand and lift it up. So it's getting used to that rather than just trying to flick it up from the middle. That's the only thing that I've still got to get used to. Right, so I'm going to cut my DSP. stop wittering and get on with it. I'm going to cut this to 5 3/4, so I'm just doing 1/4 of an inch shorter. 5 3/4 by 3 7/8. Alright, I'm going to save that piece. I think I will have it at, I'm going to cut it at 4 1/8. Yeah, there. And I'll put that inside my card. I'm going to put it inside my card like that to decorate it. Alright, like that. Boom. Right, oh, I need a stamping layer, don't I? Well, voila. So, my stamping layer. So I don't need this, but I might need it for a sentiment. So for my stamping layer, I want it to be 5 1/2. Which is 1/4 of an inch from the paper. Yeah, is it? Yes, by, and the paper is 3 7/8, so I want that to be 3 7/8, 1, 2, 3 5/8. I think so. 3 5/8. Let's have a look. We'll soon see. Do you know what? I just want more of that DSP showing. I'm going to cut some more off. I want it showing a bit more. So I'm going to cut, instead of 5 1/2, I'm going to cut it to 5 1/4. I want to be able to see that paper. So I've cut another 1/4 of an inch off. So that's there. So that wants to be 3 3/8. Just a little adjustment. And this is how I literally make cards. You know, we don't always plan them. A lot of people do the videos and not, you know, they've got a sample and they've planned it, and I just need to get that dust out of there. Yeah, that's not me. Right, so let me get my glue. First of all, I'm going to assemble the bits of my card that I can assemble, and then we're going to do some stamping. And I am using non-Stampin' Up! Glue, and that is because the Stampin' Up! Glue is currently unavailable. Alright, I'm not being disloyal. I love Tombow, but I'm not buying it from another company. When I can buy it from Stampin' Up! And get a discount, I kind of refuse. I'm a bit stubborn. So I'm going to layer my DSP on, and it's a bit of a shame to have it the other way around, because this side with the little hats, all the little hats are lined with glitter. So, but I just want the plainer one. I don't know why, I just do. I want the snowflakes, and I want that hint of red to come through. Alright, I don't think I've cut that quite the right measurements, but do you know what? I don't care. I'm not bothered. Right. Right, so this is my stamping layer. Make sure I've cut that right. I see I've cut that right. I've got a nice border there. The paper, I think I've not cut enough off of the bottom, but I'm not worried. Still looks alright. Right, so stamping, let's have a look. I quite fancy the idea of a bit of random stamping, if I'm honest. So I quite like it. I don't know if I want it, I don't know if I want it busy and random, or if I want it just plain and simple. I've not decided. Oh, right. I quite like this fellow here, but I quite like him as well. We're going to have this fellow here, and I think I'm going to go for a plain and simple kind of an idea, which might mean going and getting my aqua painter. I'm just changing my mind as I go. So, yeah, I know what I'm doing now. She says. Famous last words. Let me get my stamping mat. Okay. My stamp mat there. Because it's photopolymer, you know, and it hasn't got the cushion the same as the red rubber, you just need a little bit of help. And I'm going to stamp him in the bottom corner, like so. Oh, isn't he cute? You love him. Alright, so whilst I'm here, I'm going to get some more card and just move that away and just do my sentiment. Shall we have hoping this season builds heartwarming memories. Let's have a look. Let's have that. Let me get a sentiment block like so, and I will ink that up. Stamp that, hopefully you can see. Stamp that on my card. I mean, shot, yes I am. Stamp that on my card because I can see. I can stamp it in a straight line there, and I know that that edge is straight, so that's helpful. Alright, and then I will trim that off with my trimmer in a minute. I think I might stamp the sentiment on the inside. I don't often stamp sentiments on the inside of cards, but I'm going to go for it today. So let me just move that to one side. If I zoomed out on my desk, you would be appalled. It's a big hot mess. So I'm doing about 10 projects at once today. I'm card making, I'm journaling. I'm surprised I'm not, you know, grooming the dogs at the same time or something. Right, so I'm just going to stamp that in the centre. And then my card is good to go. I'll just zoom out quickly so you can see. I won't zoom out any further anyway, so it's alright. Yeah, my desk's absolutely littered with things. So that's the inside. I'm just going to leave that to dry, and I'm going to carry on working on my card front. So let's have a look what we're going to have. I quite like some of this snow here, so let's find the snow. I will put all of my stamps back when I've done. If anybody's panicking, I do. Once I get off the video, I will clean them and I will put them all back, I promise. Let me just move that ink. So I'm going to have some Coastal Cabana snowflakes. Okay. So let me just see if it stamps nicely first before we commit. Oh yes. Beautiful. Alright, so we'll stamp these quite randomly, turning as we go, like so. And I'm going to leave that like that. Alright, and then I'm going to just use the back of that block there. And I'm just going to ink that up. Let me take the stamp off and put it to one side. And then where's my little spray? I'm just going to go off camera and I'm just going to spray the block with some water to just thin that down. Alright, and then I've got my aqua painter here. Let me just make sure it's not got another colour on it. And that it is clean, which it is. Throw that in the trash. Alright, so I'm just going to... And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a really quick watercolour wash just at the feet of my snowman here. Alright, like so. There we go. Cute! He's so cute. I love him, he's gorgeous. Alright, so we're going to leave that like so. And then I'm going to... I want him to dry. Please dry. Let me just wipe my desk where I have wet it with the aqua painter. Move that out of the way. Right, so what else can we do to cheer this card up? Let's have a look. I'm not going to need my pens after all because this one doesn't have... Oh, I'm going to colour his nose. I'm going to colour his nose. Let me find a nice colour. What will that look like? Yeah, we'll have this one. Just going to colour his nose in, just so we've got that little pop of colour there. There we go. And I've just grabbed Grapefruit Grove, just randomly grabbed it, but that looks cute. Okay, so what else are we going to do? What else can we chuck on this card? We're going to use some of the little sequins, and I'm going to use the shimmer effects as well. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this like a glue for my sequins, and I'm going to put a dot in the centre of each of those larger snowflakes, and we'll find a sequin to go on, and then you have to set it aside to dry. And what I'm also going to do is I'm just going to put a tiny amount in these rocks here. Well, it's not rocks, it's bits of snow, and in and in here as well. Alright, just tiny dobs, and when that dries it'll have that glittery glossy effect. If I had more time I'd go around all the snowman, but yeah, no, I haven't got all day. So I'm using my Take Your Pick tool with the little putter on the end, and what I'm going to do now is pick out the green tones in my sequins, in my iridescent sequins, and painstakingly get that there. Come on, stick. You just need to hold them for a minute. It will stick. Set them in that shimmer. Come on, don't be naughty. Alright, that's that one. Let's get another one. There we go. That one. You can fast forward me if you want. I might be some time here. It might be a few minutes. Let's have a look, because I'm trying to find the specific ones that I want, you see, that are the right size. I don't want them too big, and I don't want them too small. Alright, that's that. So I've just got one more to find that I like the look of, and we're good to go. I like that one. Alright. Get off. I've got a hanger on there. Get off. Don't want you. Too small. Right, move that there. My hand-eye coordination's not brilliant, so I do apologise there. Right, so those are on there, like so. Now you will need to, very carefully, wait for that to dry. And what else I'm going to do is, I'm going to get myself, if I can find one, a little, I want a sponge dauber really. I don't have one to hand, so I'll just use a normal sponge. But we'll bring back in our ink, which is where, oh, there we go. I lost it for a minute then. Righty-ho. So, could do with a bit of scrap. Have I got a bit of scrap on my desk somewhere? No. Oh well. I use the back of this offcut as a bit of scrap. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink that up and then just daub some off, because I don't want a lot. And just very gently ink around the edge of that. Okay. Try not to knock them sequins off, because it won't necessarily be dry yet. The shimmer, that kind of shimmer glue can take, you know, it's not an immediate dry, is it? So just, if you have it, give it a chance, be patient. And it will be worth waiting for. Alright. Not the best tool to be inking with, but I seem to have put stuff away. So now what I need to do is very carefully add some glue. Let me get my glue flowing. Okay. Add some glue to the back of this very carefully, so I don't knock my sequins off. Hopefully. And we will stick that on there like so. How cute is he? And that is not a difficult card. Anybody, do you know what, I quite like it lopsided. I'm going to have it lopsided. That's quite a fun card. So we've got our Merry Christmas here. Where are we going to stick that on? I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to improvise. And I'm going to cut these up separately. Alright, so we're going to have separate words. If I can get them straight. Could have used my trimmer, but you know, why make life easy for myself? And I'm going to just straighten that up a little bit, if I can. I do think the blades on my scissors are bent. Right, so that's that done. That's my excuse anyway, and I'm sticking to it. I'm going to ink those. Ink them up with the rest of the ink on my sponge. Could do with a bit more ink on there. Bit more ink on. There we go, and then it'll stand out without having to cut into that sheet of A4 card that I had. You know, my brain does kind of work a little bit in advance, and I don't really want to cut into a full sheet for the sake of two little words or one word. It's not, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm too frugal. Okay, and I don't have any offcuts of it, so that's why. Right, so that's that. Let me grab some dimensionals. And we'll get these added to our card, and I'm going to put them, I'm not going to put them straight and sensible, I'm going to put them a little bit wonky and fun. So I'm going to have Christmas there. So if you're not good at sticking things on straight, stick them on wonky. It doesn't matter. That one there and that one there. There we go. What a cute card. Isn't he fun? And then we've got the sentiment ready inside just for you to write. So there you go. Thanks for crafting along with me today. Hope you enjoyed that. I'll leave all the details on my blog if you want to have a look at scrimpingmommy.co.uk. Go and have some fun. Bye.